Generic greetings and welcome back to Airships Conquer the Skies once again. I like when you load a campaign, you get a random background, so you get different posters and notes and documents. So this one here says Fleet Depot 3 monthly report. So it's things like oak, how many pallets they want, how many hemp ropes and saltfish and things like that. But then you get some interesting ones here, like this one. Vermincide, 5 tins of send more for morale. We got this one here. So optical lenses, what's that? 1.5 boxes, most broken, the fire request another box. Yeah, it's quite interesting that. Anyway, we were previously assaulting up the north here, and as you can see, we control all of the major cities around here, as well as the towns as well. We still have to fight aerial jellies. For some reason, that just keeps respawning all the time, so we're going to be dealing with that, and then maybe the Pirate King as well. Now, the thing is, we have a choice to make. We either keep going this way into Coudair, or we jump onto this island and work our way around. Now, if we jump onto the island, we probably have a better chance because, A, this guy is, he's got 3 cities. So, obviously, taking someone like that out might be a good idea because if they get too big, then we might have a difficulty facing them. On the flip side of that, if we don't take them out, or if we do take them out, they then won't really be facing against the actual biggest person, which is on the right. So I think what we'll do, we'll get rid of the aerial jellies. We're going to have a bit of a design once we've finally researched the heavy cannon, then the heavy turrets, and then I'm probably going to head this way because then it means that this entire sector's sort of taken over. Also, getting to here, you can see there is a big gap, so we should be alright there. Anyway, what I'm going to do is cough, excuse me, and then we're going to assault, well, we do need to assault the aerial jelly. The problem is that we haven't really got much to take it on, so I'm going to go to build ship, and then we're going to say, we'll probably have the Denver. I'm going to build some of those. We're actually going to build a total of 4. We have got enough money to do that. Tiny shipyard there, and yeah, I think that'll be fine. And then we'll just unpause it, because as I said, what I want to do is make sure that we've got some defences up and running, which we have. We'll repair some of these ones. Now, obviously, a lot of these are ones that we've recently wrecked, so we have to sort that out. Some of them we'll go for a brutal takeover there. I'm not going to bother too much about building all of the defences, as I've said before. I'm mainly focused on just using fast reaction vessels. So there's the heavy turret. Well, there's the heavy cannon we've got now, and now we're going for heavy turrets. So heavy cannon, if we go to design ship, we can see that in the weapons section we now have things like, well, the heavy cannon, and we have the imperial cannon. And I've mentioned these before, but I'll quickly go through them again. Imperial cannon just makes a massive hole, so you can see it's 400 piercing damage. It's got 1,400 meters. Fire arc is a very respectable 45 degrees. However, the heavy cannon is only 120 piercing damage, but it also reloads a little bit quicker, 2 seconds quicker, and it's got a better accuracy range, 1,900 meters. So there you go. There's the big difference between the two. I'm not going to use either of those because I'm waiting for the turrets, you see. So we got one of the Denvers sorted out there. We're going to move it to this city. I'm going to group all the Denvers up, you see. We've got some defences in some of these areas. Again, not going to bother building anything there. We have got this thing empty, so I think we will go for... I'll just put a dark cube in there, why not? And then that'll be the frontier. I'm not too keen about over-defending these areas. However, I think this front, where I'm going to be leaving it for the most part, it might be worthy. Now, here's the thing. The Pirate King, as you can see there, is now heading off, and that is a perfect time for me to go and attack them. What I'm going to do is wait for them to be about here, and then I'll attack. There we go. Because regardless of what happens there, they've been raided by the Pirate King, so I'm now going to hopefully take out his base without any great issue. Ooh, look at that. Now that is a base and a half, so that is... That's massive. Okay, I don't know if I can defeat that. We have got the Dresden, but they also have 4 flat cannons, which is something that I really didn't want to face. We've got 2 heavy turrets either side, as well as 4 standard cannons, and then we've also got 3 deck guns either side. So this is going to be a problem. So what we're going to do, we're going to move the Barrys down here like so. We're going to have the bombers next to each other like that, although I must confess I think I'm going to put the putrefaction at the front and then the Dresden just behind it. And then the fast boarding vessels we are going to have to stack, and this will probably go all kinds of horribly wrong. So the idea is just to charge straight forward and take out as much of it as possible. Let's start the fight immediately. I'm going to say with the Barrys, move forward to there. With the boarding, I'm going to say move to there, and then obviously the bombers, similar thing, and sadly we are just going to get shot regardless of what happens here, so we're just going to go as fast as possible. What I might do actually is move the bomber away from that, because if you think about it, we need to get the reacting vessels in, then we get the Denvers in, so let's move them over here. Hopefully they won't start slamming into things, which sadly they are. Let's move them down to there, then them down to there. It's all going to be micromanagement here. I'm just going to try and move stuff as best I can. They are getting in there, they are slowly getting there, and then we'll say board, because boarding hopefully is what will save us here. Although you can see we are dropping some good bombs on there, and what I'll do, I'll move the guys up there top there, move these further down, and we should have enough for boarding now, and the guy should be, oh, there's the purification just being taken out. We should be now hopefully moving, if we collect all of these, move down to there, they should now be in range so they can jump off and land. And as you can see, there's a lot of damage going on that thing. In fact, the flak is gone. Captured. There we go. That's a win. The flak was taken out, and there we go. So we've only lost the putrefaction, and we've captured the headquarters, and that's given us 14,000. Wow. Well, there's no problem with that, is there? That's good. Right, let's move over to Auckland again, and we're going to attack this aerial jelly just to get rid, because quite frankly, I'm quite sick of this one. I'm going to reserve some of these things, so we're going to be... I think most of these are about right. A lot of these you can see are the boarding vessels. You might be thinking, well, why are we bringing boarding vessels on? Well, quite frankly, that's because they've got a grape shot cannon on the front, and yeah, these do like to fire there. And interestingly, it's moving down for the first time ever. It is actually maneuvering, which is something it normally doesn't seem to do. So they're obviously going to be using its tentacles to pick up the crew, but we are trying to stay out of range. But obviously it's just about maneuvering, so we keep this fire going. It looks like it's working out. Someone said in the last episode's comments that these things look fairly tasty. Don't really know what your standard diet is, but either way, I'm not seeing it, I'll be honest. Anyway, there's a victory. So it's just been destroyed. So we don't get any money from it. It was just a case of it was reducing our intake on this city by 20%. So now we've got that sorted. So that's fine. So we've got Denver's there. We've got Denver's all stacked up in here. And we're probably going to stick with that, although we do need to repair some of these ships here. We'll repair the Denvers and repair the Barrys and the other things like that. And ideally, I want to build a carrier, but I don't think I can. So I'll go to build ship, and we have got the New York, which sadly we don't have as Arbes or suspendium cannons or anything like that. So yeah, there's the heavy turrets built, so that's good. That's the end of that line, although heavy cannon does go down to heavy steel armor, which I'm not going to bother with just yet. So I'm going to start researching. I think I would like triplanes and the bombers, because we haven't had a really good carrier that was just filled with bombers and biplanes. The problem with that is you need to go up this way for rockets and explosives, and that goes to aerial torpedoes. So let's go up rockets and then to flamethrowers. I am still going for Empire of Science, so spending a lot of money on that, but I don't really mind at all. So those are now repaired. Let's just take a look. We'll go to design ship, and we'll see what weapons we have now. So we have got a heavy cannon. Look at the size of that thing. So a heavy turret, not a heavy cannon rather. Heavy turret is 120 piercing damage. It's got reload time of 4 seconds, fire arc of 70 degrees, but as you can see, it's got no gun depression. It's got 0 degrees up to 70, so it doesn't go down by, let's say, -10, which is a problem for a number of reasons. Anyway, so maximum accurate range 1,400. So when you compare that to the heavy cannon, the heavy cannon there, we can see that they are pretty much the same damage. The reload time is a little bit less on the heavy turret, which is interesting. Obviously, better fire arc. The accurate range, or maximum accurate range, is 1,400 meters, and then the cannon is 1,009. In terms of crew, it's about the same. Yeah, 2 crew is recommended, crew 3. Yeah, so there's not much there, really. What else do we get, if anything, from that? I don't think we got anything from that. It just says heavy turrets. So yeah, I don't know. You've only got the one. You've got a flipped one there as well. Now you can make a vessel that does that, which is an interesting one, and you have it so it's got guns either side. I don't see any point in it. These things are pretty good for defenses, and I have actually made a tank before, which has just got one of these on the top. In fact, I think if we leave that, we go to build land ship. We've got the encroacher there. It'll be in legacy somewhere, but it is pretty much just that gun on the top. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is send a spy over to these areas because I want to see what they've got, and I want to start making inroads here. Still going to keep the Leroy. Let's move it down to there. It's fairly interesting. I'm going to move 2 of these to there. Actually, I'm not. Technically, I'm going to move everything over to there, and then the rest sort of move back. And that's so we just got some reactions here. Actually, no, what we'll do is move them down to the aerial. Do I move them there where the aerial jelly can go? I don't know. We have got medium secret police, so that's okay. I've got 16 grand. I really need to build something else. But at this point, I think our option is for pretty much building just that. We could build it. Oh, we can't build a Coventry because rockets are not available. Oh, that'll be done shortly anyway. I'm just going to build another couple of Dresdens because they have been historically quite useful, and I'm going to take a look at this guy's city. So he's got pretty much nothing there. We are going to invade. He's currently down south, so he's attacking this guy. As I said, the problem with attacking here is that if I start taking this out, then as you can see, he's fighting what is now definitely the biggest empire, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they've captured some more towns. So he's currently having a good scrap there, and I'm sort of sneaking in around the back. If I left him alone, it might be better, actually, because it means that he's fighting them. And you know what? I might just do that. I'm going to go to Coudair, and I'm going to take this. And I might actually start fighting him, because if this guy's just going down around there, then I'm happy to do that. There's rockets, which is good. Rockets research straight away. We're going to go for flamers. And some people did request that we build a really big flame ship, and this guy's got a lot of rockets. There you go. So we're going to move. Oh, this is perfect as well. Look at that. So the Leroy has a perfect chance of just ramming the top off that thing. So that's exactly what we're going to aim for. The Barrys are going to fly over the top and then probably come down. And the boarding vessels, we will stack up in groups of 2. And what we'll do, as soon as we start the fight, I'll say that one can move. And we'll say move to there. The other ones will say move to just there, because we're going to board the back 2. The Dresden is going to go to the middle one, and then the Leroy is going to say ram and then click right at the back, and then hopefully it's just going to keep driving forward. So here we go. Oh, we also need the Barrys to move as well, but I'm just going to wait a little bit for the Dresden to move. There we go. So there's a hell of a lot of rockets, as you can see, and they are just getting tossed out there all over the place, and we're sort of willy-nilly everywhere. However, oh, we've just rammed into that one there. That's not good. Let's go for a board on the back there, and oh, go on, Leroy. He's went right into the back there, which is good. I'm going to say ram back over. I'm going to move this back over a little bit, and then move down to there. There we are. So we have got boarding on the back now, and we're going to say board with all of the boarders, the crew members. Looks like the Dresden is dropping out of the sky, and it is gone. The Dresden has been destroyed. Wow, okay, we're going to have to bring the Barrys in here. I'm going to have to say ram. I'm going to say ram to there, although, no, we've actually got a victory. We captured the back 2. So we lost the Dresden and 2 Denvers. So that's not great. However, we have just got the rest of this. Now, I am really interested in seeing what this guy's got. I'm going to go for a gentle takeover here. I can actually intercept there because the Barrys and the Denver's and in some respects the Leroy are fast. So I'm going to say intercept. I'm going to see what he's got in his fleet. I can always run. He's got, oh, an awesome looking ship. I almost don't want to destroy that, quite frankly. So it's the Indefatigable. Nice. Very good game. The problem is that oh, look at that. It looks awesome, doesn't it? It looks like a proper ship. So it's got two cannons on the front, one on the back, and that's a deck. And does it have anything else? I don't think it does. I think it's just... Oh, no, there's a rifle up there. I think it's just heavily armoured. The advantage I have, though, is that its hull is just about the right height for the Leroy to smash straight into it. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to move the Barrys back over somewhat to there. And then I'm going to move the two Denvers just a little bit further up to there. And then we will start the fight. And immediately that's going to say ram and then ram to there. We'll say that, board there, and then unpause it. And hopefully we're going to get a good hit. Oh, he's going down as well. Come on! Yes! Come on! Come on, keep going. Keep going. Oh, it's just backing up. It's just running away. Excellent. Right, well, we'll move the Barrys to intercept. Look at that, we're pushing it. We're pushing it. Oh, good grief. Right, so we're just going to move right down here. Obviously, it's all about moving these best we can. Looks like we've got good boarding on there. Oh, look at that! They're actually standing on front of the front of the Barry's ram. Sorry, the Leroy's ram. So there's the Grand Ram. They've jumped down and they're going to climb along it, and they're actually using that to get on board. Oh, that's cool. Look at the internals of that as well. You can see the internals are actually not as big as you would expect. A lot of it is just the aesthetic parts. So you've got a cannon there, you've got like a bit of ammo there and stuff like that. Oh, that's cool, actually. That's really, really good. I'll have to move the Barrys with this. I think boarding will be successful. What the hell was that? That's some crashing. We've captured it. We've captured it. Taking control of the Indefatigable. Excellent. So that's a Vic and Terry. So we will move over to here with... actually, no, we'll move over to there. There we go. And are we all together now? We are all together now. So I'll move back to there. And we're just going to start taking these areas. So similar to what we've seen before. And we'll put that there. We'll be able to ram straight into it, hopefully. We're going to put this thing right at the... I wouldn't say at the back, but we'll put it around here. And then the Barrys, like so. And then the borders, which probably are going to take the most abuse, at least they did last time. So we'll say that one board there. The Leroy, going to ram to there. That's enough to get its... That's enough to get all of its run up, really. There's the rockets, which are going for... I mean, I don't know. They've just surrendered anyway. So we'll go for a gentle takeover there. And then finally we'll invade up the top with Hatwick. Oh, it's broken away from the Empire straight away. Straight away we got a revolt. So I'm just going to assault it straight away. I'm just going to say start the fight, and it might just give up. Victory, yeah, it just give up straight away. So they'll have a couple of rounds, and then yeah, we go for a gentle takeover again, and then we'll go back up to Hatwick. It's interesting that I've never seen that happen before. I've seen us capture an area and then it say, well, it's now been taken over, or it's revolted, but not in that short space of time. Anyway, so we're going to come along here. I'm just tracing a line, so we are about the right height, maybe a little bit further down there. And then same thing again. It'll probably surrender, but let's just assume not, because, well, you know what they say about assuming. Why is there always a bit of suspendium rock right in the way where we're going to have to move? So we'll put them like that. I want to actually give some spacing here, because remember, these are rockets, so they're just going to launch them over here. And if we put them too close to each other, we'll have some issues. So we'll say move to there. That'll ram to there. The day's hours, yeah, they give up anyway, so it's not going to matter. And there we go. Now, I could take this town, but I'm not going to, because it's owned by the city of Drasil, and that's right in the middle of this guy's territory, which, quite frankly, I'm up for him being a little thorn on the side there. You can see that this guy hasn't... Oh, he has got a city. He's got an army, a force there, so that's good. So looks like he's making inroads into these towns, and hopefully we'll take things like Tepid Falls. And just realised there's Wealton over the right-hand side there, which it's owned by nobody. Build ship then. We'll build a couple of the Denvers and we'll go and assault with those. So we've made good progress here. I'm going to probably pull these back all but... is there oh yeah, there is a nest there. So I'm going to say move to there. And we're going to say the Denvers move to there. And we're just going to have these... Actually, do we need repairs? I don't think we need repairs. Maybe the Indefatigable. Are they assaulting me? No, that's a pirates attacking here. And they repel the pirates, which is good. So, we've got our reaction ships there, the Denvers. We've got the Denvers up there. We've got our main force there. And we should have a couple of Dresdens, which we can join up there as well, because obviously we've lost some of those. So the question now becomes, where do we assault? I am hesitant to go on this island. I know I've flipped back and forward between the two, but I'm not sure. I'm not too sure where we go yet. There's flamethrowers researched, which we could now get aerial torpedoes, but I am going to go instead for aerial hussars. Then over to triplanes, and then we can get the biplanes and other things as well. So some people have asked us to make a ship that is solely focused on the giant flamethrowers. I'm quite up for that, but at this point, I think it's best I think we'll best off doing that next episode. What I'm going to do, I'm going to... It's difficult. 1, 2, 3, 4 cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, but he is getting split up by these two. I'm just going to keep progressing over this side. And I'm going to see if we can... oh, that's clouds, right? That's alright then. I'm going to see if we can just take out a lot of his towns. I think that might be a good choice. So all we're doing is charging forward here. These are our borders. We've only got 2 Denvers on the go here, but that should hopefully be enough. Once the borders have been launched, I am going to back up, like so. Although they seem to be not doing that. There we go. We've actually captured it anyway. That's exactly what we wanted. So that's now a victory. So gentle takeover. We're going to move that over to Coudair because that's going to be finished or built shortly. And now I'm starting to attack one of the big empires. So just going to make sure that we are above them. Not that it matters too much actually, because of the size of this thing. I mean, it's a fairly small little sort of conning tower type thing. It's like a submarine. If you painted it yellow, it would look very comical indeed. And so you can see they're jumping from one to the other and then getting on there. As we know, boarding and high-level bombing is pretty much just the way to win in this game. So, gentle takeover there. And we've got pirates there, which is minus city income. And, quite frankly, I don't much care. I really don't care too much. Let's meet the Denvers up there. And wait for this to be done. And there are some repairs to be made, which we assumed was going to be the case. Down here we have 1 Denver, and the other one will be built shortly. You can see that there's been a weird cut-off here, where both of these guys, the 3 scales and the bees, they've sort of been making maneuvers such that they're going around each other, and they've got this sort of originally he had this area, but he's pushed forward and this guy's pushed back, so they're sort of done like a sliding movement there. But there's still the main cities are still held by this guy, so you still got 1, 2, 3, 4. But also you can see green is now broken out and it's starting to capture some stuff as well. So if we unpause it, probably capture that as well. Yeah, look at all that. So that's okay for us. By the way, our Denvers are going to invade over on the right there because we can. They're still not attacking me, which is all kinds of good. We want to just start attacking Kranzberg. Look at the speed of those Denvers. They're great. We are going to be having to deal with 2 of them now. So there you go. I also want to know why those... They don't have any lights on them. The lights aren't on for some reason. They're not lit. They might be the new ones. They haven't flicked the switch yet. Who knows? Anyway, so we are going to stack them because, you know, that's just a really silly thing to do. Now, we're doing it just because we need to fly these ones well over the top like so. And then I'll give them a little bit of time to get a bit ahead, and then I'll move forward. By the time they get there, we can issue the orders to board, so all of the boarders are ready to go. We might have to issue another order to go further down, but as you can see, we've got easily the right amount to do that. If I wanted to, I could spin these ones around and shoot the back, but as you can see, it just really doesn't matter. So we'll go for a gentle takeover there. Now, this is against this guy's home city, and that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot more stuff than I thought he would have. Okay, so the Leroy is going to start here, and it's going to charge pretty much straight forward and just crash into the stuff here. So that's fine. We've got the other weird Indefatigable that we took last time, which I thought that had more guns at the back, but it doesn't. So we're going to have that there. We have 2 Dresdens, which we are going to basically just fly over and bomb stuff. Although higher level is better, but again, Suspendium Rock right in the way, so we can't do that. Although we could fly under it and then up, but it's not going to do much. And we haven't got any Barrys, so this is... Sorry, we've got Barrys, but we haven't got any Denvers, so this is all just about taking stuff out, just destroying things. But we are versing... things with cannons and rifles, so hopefully we'll be alright. Either way, there's some of the... Uh-oh, that's going to be bad. Say ram, back up, 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 back up. Ooh, that was close. Right, okay. So yes, that almost went all kinds of wrong. So here's the Leroy. Yes, it's taking the top off. Go on, Leroy. And, oh! We've lost both Suspendium Chambers on one of the Dresdens. That's not good. Let's move right up the top there and see what we can do. That's better. Ah, yeah, I've just realised they've got no weapons on the back, have they? They've got no weapons on the back. Okay, this changes things. So both these are going to move. And flip to there. Because quite frankly, there's nothing these can do. So that one, move and flip. Running out of ammo here, which is a problem. I think we're going to get the Leroy destroyed here. We're having to get rid of this tree first as well. Which we can't. Yeah, it just keeps just hitting the tree. So I think we've won this. I don't think there's any great... Yeah, I don't think there's any great question on that one, but... At what cost? Cost being... Technically not a Dresden. Because only one of the Suspendium Chambers were taken out. So it does have a service ceiling of 68 meters, so we can limp home. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to limp home. There's aerial hussars now completed. We are going to go for triplanes. And then once we've done that, it means... Oh, what's this fight? Oh, this will be on the bottom right. This is where we've got that little island. So we need to go ahead and take that. So we will say move right on top of it. Remember, this is cannons it's firing. So once we've weathered the initial volley, there's nothing to worry about because there's no flak. So we just sort of sit here and we wait for boarding. Move that further down so we get a bit more people on board. And hopefully that'll be it. That'll be an easy capture. There you go, captured. Perfect. And that'll be technically destruction of another empire because that was right down the bottom here. And we'll go for a gentle takeover because why not? And then we're going to run back over to... Well, where do we want to go? I think we'll reinforce ourselves in the front lines there. Okay. So, It looks like this guy is making good progress. I like the way that I can get some of my ships across the entire map before this thing can go from a town to wherever. And, oh, that's bad. So it looks like Red B, has taken out 4. And that was his only city. So although he controls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towns and has a force of unknown size and whatever, I don't know what he's got in there. He can't repair it and he can't build anything else. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm gonna repair the Dresden and repair the Indefatigable, because why not? And I think we will start making some progress into red territory. Well, in fact, what we'll probably do is we'll swing round and take 4 and all of this and then work down, because then that's pushing him into this guy, and if they just keep, you know, crushing each other, then that's okay for me. So next episode, we're going to spend some time building another ship, designing another ship, really. And you can see we've got loads of stuff to do. We've got massive rockets and stuff which we still haven't messed with, although I don't think messing is the right term. But giant flamethrowers. We want to build a ship that's got a lot of giant flamethrowers. I say a lot, probably 3 or 4, but I'll have a think about that one. And we've also now got aircraft, so Hussar Bays, and we are researching. One second. We are researching the triplanes, which means once we've done that, we can build the New York. So we will leave it there. I know I normally build something and then try it out, but quite honestly, I think we needed an episode where we just take some stuff, just take some territory and get, you know, moving forward. So we've taken 2 cities and lots of towns. We do need to deal with those pirates, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. We'll go from Coudair with these 2 repaired things, and then we'll go there. So we've got 4 Denvers in Kranzberg, and we've got 2 back there. Where's the other 2 that I sent? Where will they move to? I think what we'll do is we'll move 2 of these to Coudair, and then we're all joined up. There we go. So at least we've got a couple of Denvers on there. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. Next episode, then, we will start attacking here. I think what we'll go for straight away is 4, because we know that that's just had a fight, so hopefully there won't be much there. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and send a spy and then take all this stuff up and then work way down the bottom. Obviously, still keeping an eye on this. We've still got our Denvers to react, hopefully, quite fast against anything that comes there. And then if sort of push these guys together, then sort of, yeah, take the island. Okay, so that is the rough plan. At least if we have a plan and don't stick to it, at least we try to have one anyway. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.